She says she just needs space. Not a breakup, just space. And now you're wondering, is she confused? Does she love me? What is she doing? Where is she going? What kind of space do you need? Should I wait? Do I text her? Do I reach out? Do I give her a time limit? Let's break down what that phrase really means and how you as a man need to handle it. Why women ask for space. Number one, she's emotionally disconnected. She's no longer feeling the same spark. She's no longer attracted to you like she once was, maybe when you first got together. And this is pretty easy to spot because if you look in a mirror and you can say, yeah, I've probably put on about 20 pounds of fat, not muscle, and I've let myself go. I quit college, I quit my job to be with her, and I'm in a completely different career field and it's not as rewarding for me, or I'm not as happy. I know I'm not on my path in life. Your woman can see that. They can sense that coming. And if you think that she's going to be just as attracted to you now as she was then, you don't really know women, bro. But she doesn't want to be the bad guy and break up with you. She knows you're a good guy and it would hurt your feelings. And the thing is, she'd like to be attracted to you again. It's just that she can't force herself to be. You've been acting too weak, man. You haven't really made that much money. You're probably just content wherever you are in life. Probably gained a few pounds. And her asking for space is really just her way of letting you down easy without actually telling you there's no hope for us in the future. I never want to see you again. That's too harsh. So she just tells you, well, we just need a break. So breaking your heart and being the bad guy is not really something she wants. So she tells you, we just need space. And we would rather her tell us that she's just done with the relationship. She doesn't want a future with us anymore. We're not attractive to her anymore. But that's not how women are. So she'll let you think that there's still hope for you guys in the future while telling you at the same time she just needs space. It's a subtle way of telling you we're not compatible anymore, or I'm not attracted to you anymore, so sorry. Number two, she wants to test her options. See, what you don't know is that her ex just hit her up a month ago. Or she met somebody at Target. She met somebody at the gym. Doesn't matter. She knows now that another option has appeared that she could see herself with, and she wants to see where that path goes because she knows what path you're on. And honestly, she's not that attracted to that path. She thinks she might be able to do better, which is why I tell guys all the time that the woman you're with has to know you are the best that she will ever do. Because if she doesn't honestly feel that in her heart and soul, she's going to test other options. And instead of just breaking up with you and severing that tie possibly forever, she's going to tell you, well, I just need space. And of course, that other space is not you in it. It means she's going to go test out this other option, and until he screws up or fumbles, you're out of the picture. But don't worry, she's going to keep you on the line. She's going to keep texting you and messaging you, giving you little breadcrumbs that let her know, yeah, the feelings are still there a little bit, when if you could read her mind, what she's really telling you is, hey, I need you around as the backup option in case this new option doesn't work out. Number three, and this is especially true for toxic women, she's just rebuilding her power. And here's what I mean by that. Some women will say this kind of stuff after an argument or after a fight. And what they really want is just to take the power back in that dynamic. They are losing themselves and their control over you, so they're going to do whatever they can to regain that control back. And what that looks like is a fake breakup. Even if they don't say it, they'll often mask it with something like, I just need space. That space becomes a silent punishment to you. She knows she's going to leave, maybe move back in with her parents for a month or two, and that you're going to be the one to chase her, and that you're going to be the one to rebuild the relationship, which is, by the way, her doing nothing and letting you do all the work yourself because some dumbass feminist told her that that's how men are. And those same feminists never had a strong father figure or have never been in a healthy relationship their entire lives, but want to tell other women, yeah, this is how men should act. Those same types of people can't even decide what a woman or a man is, yet they want to tell you how to be a real one. I pray you're not dumb enough to fall for that propaganda. One of my favorite excuses during this little pull away phase, whenever you get a toxic woman that does this, is that she'll claim it's in her healing era. It's basically emotional blackmail disguised as self-care. And again, she's only doing this to regain power over your relationship. But okay, we'll step back from the toxic woman and we'll just address the average woman now. Here's what it really means. First, she's already halfway out. If your girl is saying she needs space, I guarantee you, man, things are not looking uphill in your relationship. No, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're over because she could have just broken up with you, and some women do. But you are being put on a shelf. She doesn't want to deal with you right now. And usually it's because you're being too pushy, you're acting too needy. This stuff especially happens whenever you've been dating for just a couple weeks, a few months, sort of at the very beginning, but just after the honeymoon phase. Because this is usually the first time that your woman is going to pull away from you. And when the woman pulls away, guys start acting needy, they start getting a little dopey, and they can sense that something's wrong. But in our man brain, we decide, okay, well, I'm going to pursue this and fix it, which is what we do with pretty much every other area in our life, and it does work. However, with women, it's the exact opposite. It's like the less you do for them, the better is kind of a general rule. Don't forget, in every single one of these videos, I do have my link in the description. Click it, schedule something with me if you want to get serious about your situation. And again, I know what women say. I know what they say on their little podcasts or their little female dating strategies or whatever it is, but that's not what they respond to. What a woman says she wants and what a woman actually responds to are very different things. So you can go ahead and give them what they say they verbally want and see how that plays out for you, just like all her other exes did. Or you can learn what a woman actually responds to if you want to keep her long term. She's preparing her exit, but she wants you to take the blame for it. And what that looks like is that while she's gone, you're asking yourself the healthy questions, meaning, did I make her feel like I didn't want her? And that just makes us pursue her more, which of course exacerbates the problem. And number two, she's seeing if you'll chase. This is her ego. This is what a toxic woman does now. This is all for her validation. Maybe she's getting more attention from the guys on Instagram, and the average woman definitely does. Some women will pull away to test your level of insecurity, to see if you really need them or not. And they'll tell you that you need to display a certain level of neediness that says, hey, I need you in my life. Okay, go ahead and do that. You let me know how that pans out, bro. Yeah, it's not gonna work. You're gonna end up looking weak and needy, and you're going to over pursue her to the point to where she's running very far, very fast, and good luck getting her back when you over pursue. Every single time you text her just to check on her, the check-in text, she feels more powerful, more validated, because look how easily she's yanking you along on that leash like a dog who doesn't want to go on a walk. Number three, she wants emotional leverage. By asking for space, she controls the rhythm of the relationship. Now, some narcissistic, toxic women do this, yes, but you'll often find this with avoidant or attachment issues in relationships. What they end up doing is they'll pull away to regain control, yes, but it's not from a toxic standpoint necessarily. It's because they feel out of control in that relationship. They feel like they're about to be engulfed by it, and that intimacy, that closeness feels like a threat. So what do? They pull away. They say that they need space, and what they need is to control that dynamic again. And again, this is not because they're trying to be toxic. It's because they think that the car is about to crash, and they look at you and they can't believe you're so calm because we're about to crash. And so what they do is they reach over to the steering wheel and they're like, let me drive, without realizing that you've got it the whole time. They have no idea what it looks like when somebody calm and steady and masculine is driving that car and just telling them, hey, it's okay. So oftentimes, in a means to overcorrect their anxious or their fearful or their dismissive attachment disorder, they'll reach for that wheel and they'll end up oversteering right into a ditch. And you're sitting there wondering, what made you freak out? Like, we were having such a good time and you just tried to yank the wheel out of my hands. It's like, what's wrong with you? But that's what they often do. They self-sabotage their own relationships in a means for control. How you should respond when she tells you, I need space. You need space? That's fine. I'll give you all the space you need. Now I'm being a little bit passive aggressive here, but don't be passive aggressive. But yeah, that's exactly what you tell her. Okay, all the space you need, knock yourself out. No bitterness, just detachment. If you want to leave, doors wide open. No chasing, no begging, and no ultimatums. Guys, let me pause it here for just 1 second. When you give a girl an ultimatum, it usually doesn't end well. Because again, women just go off of emotions. They're going to act on their emotions, however strong their emotions are at the time. That's it. So you giving them this logical solution to this problem isn't going to work. You show your strength through your silence and or through your absence, not through your argument, not through words. Next, you cut contact immediately. No check-in texts, no happy birthday texts, no Merry Christmas texts, no happy Kwanzaa texts, no happy National Donut Day texts. The stories I could tell you guys about some of my exes, man. You're not gonna watch her stories, you're not gonna like her posts, you're not gonna do anything that gives her validation in this particular situation. You go from lover to ghost quicker than she can even formulate it in her mind, because she still expects you to chase her. She expects you to text her to check up on her and do all this other nonsense when you think that that's what she wants, and she thinks that's what she wants, without realizing that when you do that, you lower her level of attraction. So go ghost. Let her walk. Let her reach back out when she's ready to talk. Use this situation as a sort of reset for your life. Refocus the things that you should have been focused on in the first place. We are all guilty of this, and I guarantee you, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, it's going to be real hard for me to get a lot of work done that week. When Shrek 5 comes out, it's going to be really hard for me to get a lot of work done that week. We are what we are. We enjoy the things we enjoy, and whenever we throw ourselves into something that we truly love, it's easy to get lost in it. But oftentimes we do need a reset button hit, and that will let us refocus on the things that truly matter in life. So what happens next? She'll feel the void. After the high of her newfound freedom wears off, after the high of her newfound guy wears off, if there is one, that's when silence hits her the hardest. That's whenever you see her spiral on social media. That's whenever you see her follower count go down. That's whenever you see her following count go way up. She's emotionally dysregulated. She doesn't know where to go with this pain. She doesn't know who to take it out on. She expected an argument. She expected a breakup. She expected anything from you except for silence. Now, have pity on your ex here, okay? Because you know as well as I do that silence is the worst gift you could possibly receive from anyone. Arguing, screaming at each other is better than nothing, and she knows that. But unfortunately now she backed herself into a corner where the only way out of it is for her to break the rules of her own game. That's what breaks her ego. That's what makes her ready to come back to you. Next, what she'll do is she'll breadcrumb you subtly. Usually she doesn't just reach straight out with a DM or something like that. She'll like a story of yours. She'll just watch the story. Something really small and subtle like that. I've actually had guys tell me that they will drive by their freaking house even though they live like an hour away. Those are my favorite stories. It's like, she's definitely not over you, bro. If your ex is driving out of her way to mysteriously show up in your neighborhood and you live more than like 20 minutes away, she's got it bad, bro. But when she does eventually reach out, you don't reward her breadcrumbs. You reward a straight message from her, even if it's just a, hey, how are you? Because that took some courage on her part, and it shows that she's at least trying to change, trying to be a little better, or at least odds are. That's when you don't punish her. You don't react too fast. You don't just take her back. You let her feel the weight of your absence, and you reward her slowly when she earns it. When a woman asks for space, you give it to her, not out of fear, not out of bitterness, out of detachment and out of discipline. You've got to be able to control yourself, and you've got to be able to control the chaos that she's about to hand you. And that goes for every single relationship that you will ever jump into. It'll make you stronger if you let it. If you're able to detach, if you're able to do all of this without bitterness, without blowing up at her, without demanding an answer out of her, you'll be stronger for it. Lil bro, you've got this, and I've got you. I'll see you in the next one.